Chapter 1. Reborn. Changing Destiny. You are listening at famvetv.info. Amidst the dense forests, there was a very old shabby house. Inside a room, there was a young girl tied to a chair. Her hands were tied behind the chair. The soft white skin of her wrists had become red due to the tight ropes. Her eyes were closed. There was a small wound on her forehead with dried blood. Her blue shirt was stained with mud and the rest of her clothes were not in a good condition also. The girl on the chair suddenly opened her eyes. Her forehead was covered in sweat. She was taking deep breaths. With every breath, her hands which were tightly bound trembled. Unconsciously she tried to move her trembling hand towards a certain part of her body but she couldn't do so. She looked at the lower part of her body. Her gaze fell on her short legs. Then she turned her head behind to look at her hands. As if realizing something, she looked around herself in confusion. This place. How could she forget this place? This place was the start of her ruin, her destruction. She will not forget this place even in her dreams. Various emotions flashed through her eyes but the pain was the most dominating one. A single tear slid through her eye as she leaned her head on the chair. She could not believe that she was alive. But the pain on her forehead was enough to make her believe that it was not her illusion. Just a few moments before, she was at her death door. She wondered if all of that was a dream. But she knew that was not a dream. The immense pain in her heart, the dark red blood soaking her clothes, everything was true, not her dream. And this was also true. She was back to when she was 12 years old. But why? To go through that heart-wrenching pain again. Was it not enough once? Countless tears slid through and her eyes were filled with pain as she sobbed silently remembering those eyes. There was not even an ounce of sorrow or panic in those eyes looking at her condition. She was tired. Very tired. A few minutes after, she was looking silently at the ceiling of the room with blank eyes, her mind was in a mess. Nothing has started yet, everything has been finished already. Her heart was exhausted. It was empty. She didn't have any courage or will to chase after that person now. Bang! At this moment, she heard something. She knew from where this sound was coming. There was another room beside this one. And the person inside that room was unforgettable for her. Everything was happening in the same way. Just that, in the last life, she had frantically released herself from this chair to rush there to save him. But this time she was silently sobbing at her fate. She looked at the wall of the room silently. Lost in her own thoughts, she reminisced about the past life. Was there any way to save herself from that heart-wrenching pain? Yes, there was. To not involve herself with him again was it possible? Yes, it was. If she could fill her heart with him only then she could empty it again. Her heart was filled with this new hope as she organized her thoughts. Since she was given a new chance, then why not love herself and the people who adored her unconditionally rather than going after something which was never hers, to begin with? Yes, he was never hers, that was why all she got was pain and hate from him. She does not have any courage or will to go through that again. So in this life, she would seal her heart for him. This time when she raised her head her eyes were different. The sorrow was replaced by indifference. She, Roland, will seal her heart for him in this life. She will not let him enter her life again. Fate cannot be changed but destiny can be. Because your destiny depends on the choices you make. And she will change her destiny this time. Listen to the full novel at famvetv.info, direct link in the description.